Hey guys, today I wanted to do a first impressions video for a product that I've been really wanting to purchase for a while now. It is an eyeshadow, a single eyeshadow, and it's kind of expensive, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep holding off, and then for Christmas, two of my really sweet brother-in-laws, they both got me Sephora gift cards for Christmas, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna splurge, do a review, and if I hate this, I can always send it back. Sephora's really good about, you know, letting you return products that you really don't like, or, you know, if you have an allergic reaction or anything like that, they're really good about returns. So I feel confident and comfortable with that, you know, with their 60-day return policy if I do end up hating this, but I think I'll really like it. We'll just see. But today is my first day wearing the product, and the product is the Stila Magnificent Metals Foil Finish Eyeshadow in the color Vintage Black Gold. And here is the product itself. It's this metallic, beautiful gold color, and it is like a vintage gold, like almost reminds me of pyrite. Do you guys remember like playing with that as a kid? But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that kind of look, like that fool's gold look. It's really, really pretty, and then it comes with a tray, and it's dirty because I just mixed it up and applied it, and then it comes with a little primer. Now the sales associates, I have two that I'm really close with at my local Sephora, and they were like, do not use that little primer that comes with that set. It's terrible, doesn't work. But I did want to, for this first impressions video and for you guys, I wanted to do one eye with the primer, like it says on the instructions to use the primer. So I followed the instructions for my left eye and used it as it said on the box, and then on my right eye I applied the shadow using the method that these two ladies told me to do, which was apply an eyeshadow base / primer. I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and then I let that dry, and then just using my finger I swirled it in the product, just like so, and then applied it. Kept swirling it if I needed more pigment, more product, and then applied it with my finger. My right eye is Urban Decay Primer Eye, and then my left eye is how it says on the instructions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back with you at the end of the day and let you know how it wore. I'm going to show you up close pictures so that you can see and kind of talk about what I think. And I just applied this literally 15 minutes ago, and I can already tell a couple of things, and I'll go over them now. Okay, so here's a close-up of my left eye, and that's the one I used the Stila primer for. It's already creasing after 15-20 minutes, which is really disappointing, and it still feels wet. I feel like, and there's even like a little bit of fallout right there too. I did try to line my eyes right there, but it didn't really work with the product. It's not really, I think it's more of a shadow, but yeah, it's already creasing and it feels wet, and I feel like it never dried. Now here is a close-up of the Urban Decay primer, and then I applied the eyeshadow with my finger without using the Stila primer. I feel like it's wearing a lot better. It feels dry, and there's no creasing that I see yet, and I just think it looks richer and more pigmented. It just looks better. Alright, so it's been about 4.5–5 hours since I first applied the shadow, and I've noticed a couple of things. First, both of my eyes seem to feel a little bit itchy, so I don't know if it's the product or the glitter going into my eyes. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this left eye that just had the Stila primer on it feels moist. It hasn't dried at all. It feels really moist and wet, and it's just a little bit uncomfortable. So I kind of am not too thrilled about that eye at all. I'll show you close-ups so that you can see for the wear time for about 5 hours in how the shadow looks on my eyes. Okay, so here is a close-up of my left eye, the one that I used the Stila primer that came with the kit. And as you can see, there's definitely some creasing, and I just think that this eyeshadow looks kind of like chunky looking to me. It's definitely not as bright and as pretty as the right eye. And here's a close-up of my right eye, and this is the eye that I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion on. I didn't use the Stila primer that came with the kit on this eye. And then I applied the shadow just using my finger. So I definitely think this looks more vibrant, there's less creasing, and I'm definitely more impressed with the right eye compared to the left. Okay, so I will see you guys at the end of the day to let you know what I think of this product. Alright guys, it has been 10.5 hours and I'm ready to get this eyeshadow off. I have had a problem with the eyeshadow kind of falling down into my eyes, and it's kind of been irritating my eyes the last couple of hours, so I'm ready to wipe it off. But first, I want to make sure that I give you guys a review. So I'm going to do a final close-up shot and show you the difference between the two eyes. So here's the left eye. That's the eye that I used the Stila shadow with the Stila primer that came in the kit. Here's the right eye, where I followed the advice of the two sales associates at Sephora. Forget the Stila primer, use your own primer. I just used Urban Decay. Apply that, let it dry, and then apply the Stila foil eyeshadow just with my finger. I think it's pretty obvious which eye did better. The right eye with the Urban Decay primer potion and just the Stila foil eyeshadow. I felt like it's still going strong, it's still really vibrant and bright. There is a tiny bit of fallout, but not that much. Both of my eyes are a little irritated from the product falling into my eye, but for fallout under my eye, I really haven't seen it, and I thought actually I was surprised that there wasn't as much fallout under my eyes. For the left side, I do think that it did finally dry out around 6 hours, and I stopped feeling that kind of like sticky feeling on my eyelid, or that wet, moist feeling on my eyelid. I do think that the shadow was spotty on my left side. I feel like it creased. It just did not work. The setup with the foil eyeshadow, with that little primer and that little mixing container thing, it just did not work for me, and apparently it doesn't work for other people as well, because I don't think a Sephora associate would tell, you know, a customer that if it didn't work. So for pros and cons, I'll start with the cons. It is an expensive eyeshadow. I mean, $32 for one shadow. I do think that that is expensive. I don't think that I would purchase another one of these shadows just because it is so expensive. You could buy like a palette for that cost. Another con would be that it irritated my eyes. I really didn't like that, and that started around maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then has gotten progressively worse. I just noticed in the last hour like I want to take it off, so that was another con for me. And then my last con again would be for the Stila eyeshadow primer. It was creasing within 15 minutes, and I just think that that is unacceptable. It's not allowed. I just think that that's really ridiculous for a product to be doing that when it's so expensive, and so I think Stila should revisit that, you know, the marketing of that, and maybe just say forget the primer. It'll save them money anyways. I think that it is a beautiful color, a beautiful look, especially for going out like on a date night. I think it's got that shiny metallic foil look to it, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. So that is definitely a pro for me, and I think it's a unique look, which is really special. Another pro would be, I think that if I'm gonna wear this to a dinner date or like out to dinner with my girlfriends or something, I won't have the problem with the shadow falling in my eyes. So I could just wear it out for a special occasion and I wouldn't have that issue, which is my biggest issue at the moment with the shadow. So I think that it would be great for a unique outing kind of a look, so that's a pro. And then my last positive comment would be the staying time. I'm pretty impressed with my right eye here. I think that for a glittery product, not to have a total glitter bomb all around my eyes, I am pretty impressed. So I think for my right eye, where I used the primer, the Urban Decay primer potion and the Stila foil eyeshadow, I think that I'm impressed with the wear time. I'm impressed that it still has such a shiny, reflective look to it still, and so I was impressed with that. So that is my review. I hope you enjoyed this, and I think it was my first impressions, but I'm planning on doing more first impressions. I actually had a subscriber ask me to do a first impressions on a NYX product, so hopefully I'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks. But I thank you so much for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe.